I end up completing Season 9 for the PvP as a wizard, reach Legend, currently top 1 in the server with 80% win rate. And I will be sharing my personal thoughts here, how I think each class is doing in Season 9 for PvP. Again, this will be my personal opinion and not a fact. And so you guys can disagree with me, that is totally fine. I would encourage everyone letting me know in the comment section down below how would you guys rate each class for PvP in Season 9. But keep one thing in mind, you should be at least in gold or legend tier to understand the meta for each class in Season 9. In early bronze, silver, you guys will see quite a lot of bars and players using random build, not paying much attention to the objective, map awareness, or the kiting skill. And as you get to the gold tier and closer to the legend tier, that is where you will start seeing a player who will be using proper build setup and some nice movement and map awareness as well, so keep those things in mind. But anyhow, again, it will be my personal opinion, and without any further ado, now let's dive into the tier list. There we go, you should be able to see the tier list on your screen, starting with the Necromancer. Necromancer got a new build for the PvP, the new Golem, where you can be quite tanky, jump on people, fear them, and run away, rinse and repeat. Pretty strong in my opinion, but you would need some good secondary stats to pull the build off, especially high potency. Players been using dot setup with this new build, spreading the dot and having some high armor at the same time. So I would put the Necromancer somewhat, if you have a proper gem setup and high secondary stats, I would put the Necromancer easily like this in the A tier. I think the new Golem build is pretty strong, and in the upcoming days we should see quite a lot more Golem players in a Battleground, because believe me, it is really strong with proper secondary gem setup. But if your secondary sucks, it will not be that great and you will be getting killed quite a lot. Next we have the Crusader. Crusader is somewhat can be really good and not really that good, depending on the team, what plays or what classes you have in the team. Without the Barbarian, Crusader doesn't do that great. The Crusader needs someone else in front who can protect them, as well as the damage isn't that great. And I would say not bad. I would put the Crusader somewhat like this. At the moment, they have some nice buffs, and they can be on the idle, taking quite a lot of like stuff at the same time, buffing their teammates. But again, their damage isn't that great, and it is easy to dodge them as well. So I'll put them somewhat a bit above a B, like that. So I think that is fair, at least in my opinion. That is where I would put the Crusader at the moment. Next we have the Tempest. Tempest was like before up here somewhere before the nerf, but now it has gone down in survivability, but the damage is still quite high. And I don't think this class is worse than Necromancer, but I would say it is easier to play. Tempest is easier to play even if you have not that great secondary stats. As long as you have high armor pen, you can make this class work. And so I think I'll be putting this a bit above Necromancer, like that. At the moment, there isn't any bad class as long as you know how to play each class. Of course, if someone is really bad with the class, then it will be rest in peace. And it can be said about any class, even the Barbarian can be rest in peace. But right now, this is what I have seen from some of the good players, how they play each class. And next we have the Blood Knight. Blood Knight, I'm sorry if there are any Blood Knight players out there. I have not seen anyone that good. And Blood Knight can go with the dashes a lot and stun you down, but that's it. That is pretty much it for the Blood Knight. And I think I'll be putting the Blood Knight here somewhat down like that. That is where I would be putting the Blood Knight. You need high secondary stats and you need the high skill cap to play the Blood Knight at the moment. And a lot of players I came across the Blood Knight, they tried and killed me. I just run away from them. And I mean, even Barbarian and Tempest can run away and shoot them down. So yeah, Blood Knight, I think this is fair. This is where I would put them. Next, we have the Monk. Monk is interesting, but let me quickly fix this. There we go, making some space here so I can put some more classes there. But anyhow, Monk is an interesting one because if you have high secondary stats and some proper gear, when I say proper gear, the new Endure magic attributes where it gives you the evasion rating and every 12 seconds gives you some armor, then Monk can be super strong right now. And if you lack those magic attributes on your gear, then Monk isn't that hard to deal with. So it is somewhat, I would say, below Necromancer. You know what? I think I'll put the Monk as good as Necromancer, but probably not because many monks will not able to get some proper gear. Like I said, proper magic attributes. The Endure one where it gives you evasion rating and the shield. So I think it is fair that we put the Monk theme as the Crusader as of right now, even though it has a lot of shield. Again, you need some proper gear and secondary to pull Monk off. And debuffs can really kill the helicopter build for the Monk. And anyhow, next is going to be Wizard. Now, a lot of players say that Wizard is really strong, easy to play. That is not true. And the reason for that, you need high skill cap for a wizard, otherwise you will be getting targeted from Tempest, you will be getting targeted from Barbarian, and maybe even Demon Hunters will come after you because this class is quite squishy. And again, I have seen some players saying just throw some CC and that is good and you will be really good. Wizard, that is somewhat okay-ish, but keep one thing in mind: if you want to go with the CC, you do need some decent potency as well, because otherwise the CC duration that you will be putting on players will not be that high. It will only basically stop them for a split second and they will able to move. So high skill cap and need some good potency to pull off a decent wizard. And if you can do that, then I think the wizard is pretty good class, and I will put this close to the Monk, maybe a bit down like that. That's it. This is where I will be putting the wizard. And now look at that, we don't even have space available anymore, but that is not a problem because next class is a Barbarian. It gives you the max damage, gives you the max defense, max tankiness, and it has a nice AoE as well where you can pull the plays closer to you. So a complete package with a Barbarian right now goes straight into like this as complete S tier class right now, Barbarian. Next we have the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter without high armor penetration, let me just tell you, isn't doing great. You need really high armor pen to pull the Demon Hunter off to deal nice damage, and if you cannot do that, Demon Hunter isn't doing that great. And I will put Demon Hunter only a bit above the Blood Knight. And there we go. This is how my tier list looks after completing Season 9 as a wizard. And before we log off, let's go back in game. Anyone wondering about my secondary stats and my PvP setup? Let me quickly change it. There we go. And I don't use Gloom Cask for PvP. I removed that for a everlasting to feed the grace of the flagellant. So I was 4.6k reso, and these were my secondary stats. And the potency resistance ended up helping me quite a lot. And another thing that I did was I made some changes with my reforged gear where I went with the jolt. It did end up helping me out in PvP. Anyhow, that is all. I'm signing up. Let me know in the comment section down below how would you guys rate each class inside the Battleground for Season 9. And I'll see you all in the next one. You guys have a great day later.